everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I make videos about witchcraft, paganism, spirituality, and other related topics, so feel free to hit subscribe if that sounds like something interesting to you. Today's video is going to be all about different kinds of water and their properties. And I will also have an announcement at the end of this video, so feel free to stay for that if you want. If you don't, that's okay too. So let's get right into the properties of different kinds of water. So what are the properties of water in general? Let's start there. Water is generally associated with emotions. Water is obviously fluid, and it represents emotions and fluidity of emotions and kind of more fluid concepts. Other things that water represents are healing, sorrow, intuition, fertility, and love. And as you can see, we've got love and we've got sorrow, very strong emotions. And this is why water signs tend to be seen as more emotional. For example, I have a Scorpio moon, and your moon sign is kind of representative of emotions, right? And Scorpio as a water sign is very emotional, and I am definitely a very emotional person. So water is definitely very much associated with emotions. You'll see this in the tarot as well with the Suit of Cups. So now let's talk about the different types of water and their correspondences. So first we have ice, and ice can be used to bind when you freeze something. So if you do a binding spell, one kind of binding spell you can do is a freezer spell. And this will bind a person or a situation or whatever the tag lock is in your spell or your target. And thawing ice is used to get unstuck. So if you're at a point in your life where you feel stuck, whether that's with your finances or your love life or whatever it is, if you thaw ice as part of your spell, it can represent getting unstuck. Next, we have storms, storm water. Storm water, as you may already imagine, adds a powerful boost to any spell. So if you collect storm water and then you add a little bit to your spell, it'll really give it a powerful punch due to the nature of storms being so powerful and, you know, like that, storms, thunder, thunderstorms, all of that. It can also be used for protection, and it can also, of course, be used for baneful magic. Now, general rain, not storm water and not these specific types of rain that I'm going to mention other than storm water. Generally, rain is great for cleansing, rainwater, although I wouldn't recommend drinking it or ingesting it because it can be very toxic, especially depending on where you live. But you can collect rainwater and use it for cleansing, which is a really good way to use it. Next, we've got fog or mist. Fog or mist is great for trance states and visualizations and that kind of thing. So if you're in a really misty area, it's really great for also spirit work and kind of visualizing and even entering another realm, essentially. It's also great for meditation, and generally meditation, visualization can go hand in hand, and they often do. Next, we've got different types of rain. So other than stormwater, think of gentle summer rain. Think of warmer rain versus colder rain, gentle rain versus aggressive rain, and what kind of energies that may bring. So a more gentle, warmer rain can bring healing and warmth and growth, regeneration, creativity, things like that. Something more aggressive like storm water might add a powerful kick and be better for baneful magic. So always keep that in mind. Think of what energies the water you're holding might hold. We've also got dew. Dew is traditionally great for beauty spells, especially when collected on Beltane. We've got black water, and this kind of like black salt, it's basically got stuff in it that turns it black, and it's great for shadow work. and also scrying. So if you have some, you can either do this with regular water in a black or dark colored bowl, you can scry, or you can fill a regular bowl with black water and scry. And this is also a really great method for kind of divination and stuff like that. Next, we've got brackish water. Brackish water is kind of that liminal state where salt water and fresh water meet. So this type of water is great for connecting with deities or spirits that are associated with liminal spaces. For example, ℭ𝔬𝔫𝔢 is often associated with liminal spaces. And on surface level, when you think of ℭ𝔬𝔫𝔢, you might think of black water or dark moon water, and those are wonderful for working with ℭ𝔬𝔫𝔢 too. But because she's associated with liminal spaces, I would say that brackish water is also good for connecting with her. So anything to do with liminal spaces, anything that's neither here nor there, brackish water is great for that. We've also got swamp or canal or any kind of stagnant water. And as you can imagine, as we talked about before, thinking of the qualities of the water, stagnant water is really good for, well, making things stagnant. So if you've got a petition and you want to make something stagnant, you can put it in the swamp water. Granted that it's not littering or bad for the environment or whatever, of course. It's also good for hiding or masking and for working with ancestors. Next, we've got seawater. Now, seawater is special because it can be used for tons and tons of purposes. Seawater has a lot of varied uses. So, it can be used for cleansing, it can be used for purification, it can be used for working with water, especially water-related spirits and deities, or just connecting to the ocean or the sea or the essence of the sea, however you see fit. It's also good for blessing, it's good for empowering, it's good for healing and protection and banishing. It's also good for exploring yourself and kind of doing some introspection, and also good for centering wisdom and appreciating nature and the world around us. Seawater is one of my favorite things. I don't live next to the sea, unfortunately, so to come by seawater is rare. But if you're lucky enough to live by the sea or to take a trip to the beach or something, don't forget to get a little jar with you to get some seawater for your workings if you plan to do kind of water or sea magic. Next, we've got lake or pond water. And lake or pond water are very still, and so they're great for tranquility and for calming. And they're also good for meditation, introspection, scrying, and visualization. And I find that ponds and lakes are very easy to connect to in terms of connecting to the local spirits and the local energy of a pond or a lake. To me, at least, it's one of the easiest things to connect to. Next, we have river water. And as you can imagine, rivers are very good for movement, very good for cleansing as well. So movement. Of course, rivers are fast moving. So if you want to get a situation going, use river water or put your petition in a river or something of the sort. It's also good for cleansing. So if there's a river in your area or you find a river where it is safe to go in, please don't go into a river that is dangerous or too fast or too deep, or you're not allowed to with your local rules. Always check that. But if you can, it's also really good for cleansing. Next, we've got spring and well water. Now, the thing with springs and wells is that there are tons and tons of sacred wells all over the world. So different wells are going to have different associations, different mythology behind them, different histories that affect their kind of power and their energy. So for wells, I'd recommend looking into the history of the well that you're going to, or the spring, if any. They're generally associated with healing, and they can also be used for good luck and removing curses and such. But again, check the history, check the mythology, and the associations of the well, if there are any spirits that are associated with the well or spring that you're at, for more associations and energies and things that it can be used for. Lastly, we've got waterfalls. Waterfalls are wonderful for cleansing, and because, you know, there's this kind of water cascading down, and it can be used for so many things because you can really visualize that waterfall water as whatever energy you want pouring that into you. So if you want beauty or happiness, joy, you can visualize whatever color you associate it with or whatever energy, and you can visualize that going into your energy or your energetic body. So waterfalls are really, really great. Now, if you want to find out about the water fae and stuff like that, I do have a video on that. I'll put that up there, and I'll also put it in the description. And if I missed any types of water that you wanted to know about, make sure to comment, and I can either make a video on it or answer your question in the comments depending on the length of the answer. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now, before I go for my announcement, I am doing tarot readings on Depop. If you don't know what Depop is, it's the app that people sell things on, mostly clothes. And the thing with Depop is that a lot of people thrift clothes and then sell them on there, and I just can't ethically agree with doing that. But what I do on Depop is that I do tarot readings over the message feature on there. They're $7 per reading, and I actually use tarot, runes, and oracle cards combined in my readings. So if you're interested, go to Depop, and I will put my Depop username here. And I'll also put it in the description so you guys can go check that out. I'm also going to be putting more products on there. Right now I have some candles on there, but I'll also be putting more stuff on there as I go on. And I have some more exciting announcements coming in maybe a couple months or so. Stay tuned for that. Anyways, thank you for watching till the end. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I love you all. Blessed be. Bye.